Hello and a warm welcome back to our channel. This morning we're bringing you news revealed by Globe Magazine's insiders. Fed up William and Kate with spoiled crybabies Harry and Meghan. They are not the bad guys in the royal war with Sussex, and they're finally firing back. Furious Prince William, his wife Kate, and their friends are firing back at Harry and Meghan over an explosive new book that paints the royal renegades as victims of a cruel palace plot to cut them down to size. But far from being victims, Harry and his high-maintenance wife are the real bad guys in the drama that shattered the royal family, sources in William and Kate's inner circle tell Globe. Kind-hearted Kate has repeatedly tried to mend fences and heal the family, and has been rejected at every turn, insiders claim. Kate once sent her sister-in-law a large bouquet of flowers, but her overture was thrown back in her face by Meghan, according to these insiders. Harry's wife thought the gesture was not grand enough and felt like she deserved much, much more for the way she'd been made to play second fiddle, a palace courtier says. Meghan was convinced she and Harry were the superstars and brightest lights in the royal family. She didn't want to take a backseat to Kate or anyone else, including Her Majesty. In the end, Harry and his wife broke Queen Elizabeth's heart, upstaged Prince Charles, and stabbed William and Kate in the back. Now, William and Kate have had it with their whining and complaining. A former palace staffer describes Harry and Meghan as spoiled crybabies, saying, "Nothing is ever their fault, always someone else's. They are professional victims, but they don't seem to have the stomach or fortitude for the kind of hard work that's necessary to properly serve the monarchy. Harry does not have his brother's sense of duty, and Meghan will never have Kate's class." In the explosive new book, Finding Freedom, Harry and Meghan and the Making of a Modern Royal Family, authors Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durand portray the renegade royals as innocent victims of cruel and deliberately shabby treatment. The couple are said to not have cooperated with the authors, but William and Kate's friends believe the book was written to cast Harry and Meghan in a positive light and trash their in-laws. But Meghan and Harry take on things is far from reality, insiders claim. Even before Harry's May 2018 marriage, friends insist William and Kate rolled out the red carpet for Meghan, invited the couple to their Anmer Hall country home, and catered to their whims, including whipping up special vegan dishes for the American beauty. Insiders say, knowing Meghan is a tennis fan and friend of court star Serena Williams, Kate made Harry's lover a guest in the royal box at Wimbledon for 2 years running. She also threw a bridal shower for Meghan before her 2018 wedding to Harry. However, Meghan felt hurt she and Kate hadn't bonded, the authors write. They say Meghan felt snubbed by her sister-in-law, especially at the last royal event they attended together in March. Meghan tried to make eye contact with Kate, but William's wife barely acknowledged her, the authors claim. Meanwhile, Harry felt like an outcast and carried a grudge against his big brother, who urged him to go slow with Meghan and wait before getting married, insiders say. Harry felt William was being a snob and believed palace courtiers looked down their nose at his biracial wife. Repeated attempts to smooth things over failed, sources say. By the time their joint public appearance in March, William and Kate had had enough of Harry and his wife, who were already settling in America after cutting working ties with the monarchy. Meanwhile, a royal expert also slammed Harry and Meghan. Ms. Roberta Tweedy said on Quora, people cannot get enough of Meghan Markle and Harry. She said, because it is a soap opera that has more twists and turns than anything on television, it's a fact that is playing out like unbelievable fiction. Because it involves money, fame, Hollywood, it involves the royal family. It's better than any real-life Dallas, and that kept people entertained for years. People in the cast are portrayed as baddies or goodies, friends or foes. Each day there's a new plot, and these plots produce subplots that run and run. The whole thing is a scriptwriter's dream, but no one would believe Harry and Meghan if they wrote such a saga. Looked at rationally, and I know fans are going to come down on me like a ton of bricks, Meghan is portrayed as the baddie and J.R. Ewing of the bunch. And there's a good reason for this, because as time goes by, we're learning more and more about events that have taken place. And I mean from day one, the way in which Meghan came to meet Harry and how she pursued him, first to Jamaica and then the Invictus Games. Meghan made no secret of the fact that she wanted to meet a rich man, and the Soho House membership could provide any number of suitable individuals. But not many with a title. Marcus Anderson was ideally placed to introduce her to members, and in this he did not fail. I'm stepping out on a limb here, but I believe it could well have been in response to a dare or a challenge by Marcus Anderson that Meghan, once introduced to Harry, pursued him. I wonder if Marcus had challenged her to bag him, see how far the relationship would go. I don't know, and I may be completely off the mark. Maybe she did actually fall in love with Harry. For his sake, I really, really hope so. However, if it was a dare, then maybe neither Meghan nor Marcus expected it would take off in the way that it did. But Harry was gullible. He was in search of a wife to settle down with and start a family with. And after his initial doubts, he saw a good-looking woman chasing him, and he fell. The rest is well documented. Engagement and the professions of love in a televised interview, how Meghan wanted to spend her life helping Harry in his work as a royal. There followed the major saga and dramas of her family, sister and brother, telling the world what kind of person she really is, and how the royal family should send her packing. Her father and Meghan's attitude towards him, and the fact that Harry never even met him. The wedding and that walk down the aisle to be met by Prince Charles, the garden party, sticking her tongue out in public at her stepmother-in-law, as well as announcing she was bored and wanted to leave, throwing a cup of tea towards a member of staff at an embassy event in Australia, same venue, Meghan keeping kitchen staff up for hours to perfect her banana bread, helping people from Grenfell Tower on one hand, writing slogans on bananas to be given to sex workers on the other. You can't make this up, and the saga has barely even begun. Not allowed to know where or when Archie was born, not permitted to see a photo of him except 2 feet and then maybe part of his head, the lower part covered by a hand. And what good did it do them except to give rise to negative publicity? There are far too many other examples here to include, because the list just goes on and on. And now, having taken Harry to the US to live this quiet life out of the public eye, while at the same time seeking financial independence, which actually means enormous wealth, the saga continues. Far from the quiet life, they are squatting in someone else's house. They are dependent on PR firms to put them in the news every now and then. Walking around Los Angeles with some food comes to mind. Meghan and Harry speaking on various subjects and mostly getting pilloried for their content of their lectures and their delivery. The pair of them are looking less and less healthy, less and less happy. Humor seems to have been completely removed from their lives since their talks have no levity whatsoever. They live on 22 acres and are surrounded by walking trails, yet they don't seem to have seen the sun in years. They have a swimming pool. They have 2 dogs that need walking. Neither show signs of a healthy tan. Look, we don't have Dallas to watch anymore. I am unaware of any other soap operas that are about people with wealth and huge homes and a lifestyle most of us can only dream of, except, of course, the Sussex show. So, in short, that's why people can't get enough of Meghan and Harry. And while the coronavirus holds the world in its grip and our freedoms are curtailed, whether the 2 main characters like it or not, I suspect this drama will continue for some time to come. Okay, now it's your turn. What do you think about all this? Please let us know in the comment section below. Remember to like and share this video if you loved it. And as always, subscribe to our channel for all the latest news on the royal family right here. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.
All the jealous rivalries make people hate and tired, but besides that, the inadequacies cannot be avoided, and it's not that we let everything go. Everything in this world comes at a cost. And today the shocking explosion. The meeting comes from predecessor Harry, Meghan and appointee William Kate. It would be easier if they sat at the table instead of the Cold War criticism. Willem and Kate are complete with many things, in not saying completely, and in this case, they were too patient enough to tolerate someone things that adults should not have done. And from now on, Meghan and Harry should develop their own dignity and morality. This is not what they want to do. But they must be like that with no other choice. It is a great tolerance for them.